guys, it's James with Krown, and I'm here with my CIO, Sergio. We're really excited to be at Bitcoin 2025. I know you guys have been asking a lot of questions about who we're going to be talking to, but I tell you what, this is going to be the opening salvo, if you will, and then at the end of the day, I know that Peter, our CMO, who's with us today, he's going to be uploading those videos to you guys so that you can watch those conversations, all right? We hope to see you soon. Chat later.
See you guys.
Nice to meet you. Bitcoin 2025 has been a real success, not just in terms of the turnout, but also for Krown.
Yes.
And as you know, one of our ecosystem products is the Krown mining company.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to kind of go through here. We'll show a setup of the data center and what it'll look like.
Yeah, tell me more about the Krown mining company, because I know a lot of our members are asking questions about it. It was mentioned in the last Krown meeting.
Yeah, so with the Krown mining company, what we're doing is we're taking all of the mining as we scale every year. We're double that over on those units, and then we're going to take a percentage of those profits, and we're going to give that back to the native coin, the Krown coin. So that is something that's going to help hold that floor for us and even increase its value.
What about I know we're looking at different facilities in different places for efficiency? Or?
We are. So the climate makes a big deal with regard to efficiency, and that's one of the things I'm excited about is we're doing it in the Northwest, so up in Oregon, Washington, things like that. So these centers are going to run much more efficiently. They're going to be better production pieces for us. So that's another aspect that we kind of look at whenever we are making a choice. All right, so I have my CIO with me today, Sergio, good friend of mine too, and we're going to talk to you about the origins of Krown, how it began, what it was for, and what it's been through. So the idea initially came in April of 2024. I was actually laying in bed and I sat up and I said, I know what I want to do, because I've been in the crypto business for almost a decade now, and I know the shady parts, the unfortunately the bad rap that it gets, and I know that you know that too.
Oh yeah.
So I started to, as I set up and I knew the name, and it just came to me as it was Krown, and I loved that name. I'm a Christian guy, and I loved that. So I wanted to do that, and but I wanted to make it unique too. So I made the name start with a K instead of a C, and then what I immediately started to do was really kind of address the issues that I knew were in the past, but then also the emerging issues and emerging threats and technologies that I knew would attack the chains that are out there now, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I mean, there's even POW or proof of stakes, whatever it may be. We're approaching what they call Q-Day.
Yeah.
And I knew that we needed to position Krown as a leader in quantum encryption, quantum secure technology. And so the idea was to build a layer 2 quantum encrypted and secured blockchain with an ecosystem unrivaled anywhere. I wanted it to have as many platforms as we could build in it, but even more importantly, I wanted it to be safe, and secure for people. And so with that in mind, we moved forward with how we wanted that architecture to look, and we wanted to, again, address the issues that are in this sector, and I know that you know a lot about that.
Yeah, no, exactly. And security is the most important thing about Krown, and the way I see it is like a three-tier security system, and quantum encryption is at the bottom. That's the foundation.
Yeah, and I mean, that's like, you talk about the foundational part, that was really kind of from the very beginning. It was like, okay, I know Q-Day is coming. Everybody knows Q-Day coming. I think a lot of people are in kind of denial about that, but that's the beauty of Krown, is that when you have that quantum encrypted blockchain, and you have that quantum secured ecosystem that thrives within the blockchain, it's kind of a win-win for everybody. Funds are safe and the hackability is near zero. So that is one of the differentiators, I would say, about Krown. as opposed to other blockchains is that from the very beginning, from the scratch build, it was all meant to protect the world from quantum threats. And to give people an idea kind of how the blockchain works is if you can imagine the blockchain as a human body, and inside that human body are your organs, your liver, your heart, your brain, whatever. But all of those are the ecosystem products. And there's over 30 platforms and services and even business. Each one could be its own business, but they're an ecosystem product within the blockchain, and they all feed into that blockchain. And then you have the native coin, the Krown coin itself. And so what these ecosystem products do is they, as we receive fees, whether it's gas or it's subscription-based or whatever it may be, that feeds right back into the native coin. And it's extremely unique for Krown because there's not a blockchain that has a built-in functionality like that where it self-sustains its own well-being, it self-sustains its coin's value. So I think that's one of the big differentiators with Krown.
So how did it come about from the initial meetings with yourself and Sergio, from hey, how's it going, all the way to a Bitcoin conference here in Las Vegas 2025?
Oh, that was fun.
It's been a hell of a trip.
It has been, yes, it has. I remember when we first met, actually. We had our Telegram group, and there was a friend of mine that actually referred Sergio, and he's like, you should get a hold of this guy, you should talk to this guy. And I was really skeptical, in this space, unfortunately, that's kind of the status quo, is everything's skeptical,
Yeah,
right?
everyone's anonymous. And
They all hide behind avatars and all that. So, but I got in touch with Sergio, and we talked, and we had a lot of interest, a lot of shared interests, and there was a good synergy there. And
yeah,
so,
a lot of shared visions. I was trying to do something similar for a very long time, and when I read that white paper, it was just, everything just fit.
I'm surprised did you read it all the way through?
I did.
Wow,
I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amazing moment. Along
the road, how did the big partnerships with Quantum Emotion, QSEC Def,
Yeah.
so many talented and skillful partners being introduced along the way, were you doorstepping, shoe leathering? Did you just have a common vision with those guys that brought you together?
Yeah. So great question. So that was really partly due to networking, and then also I think the other side kind of recognized the value in Krown. And one of those was Quantum Emotion. They're a public company out of Canada. Now they have just opened a branch in Irvine, California. But we had a great meeting with them, several discussions initially with Quantum Emotion with Dr. Francis Polito, who's the head of that. And I think there was a shared vision and need for a quantum product, but then also someone who really fit into their puzzle, if you will, of what they offer. So Krown kind of fit the bill on that, and eventually Dr. Polito and myself really kind of just realized, we look at each other and we're like, this is perfect, and this works together. And so I think that you're starting to see the fruits of that labor come out in Excalibur, our quantum encrypted cold wallet, and then you're also seeing that in Castle, the hot wallet. I know you like those two products a lot.
Yeah.
So.
What does the roadmap for the next 6 to 12 months look like? You've got a fantastic tech team, you've got strategic partners now lining up fabrication with the likes of TSMC, major deals being done. What does that accelerated roadmap look like for you come 2026-7?
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about that, especially even in 2025. So we're on track right now to release the Krown chain, that layer 2 blockchain, in September. And so that'll be a massive milestone for us, because it represents a quantum leap. Pardon the pun, but it represents a quantum leap. It really does in what a blockchain offers to the customer and to the holders. So we expect that to come out, as well as the native coin. And then we also have the wallet and the Explorer as well. So that's just 2025. We already have a well-architect, AWS certified well-architect platform and back-end systems as well. We have a wonderful team of marketing people, of business development people who are CEOs of other companies that are on our board. So I'm really excited at how we're moving forward. But what we wanted to tackle first was make sure we had the architecture right, the quantum architecture. Once that was done, then we were like, okay, well, now let's move to here. So we do have parallel development streams as well, and those are ongoing, and we will slowly release those products one by one. But we don't want to really focus on speed. We want to focus on quality, right, and make sure we get it right the first time. There have been stumbles along the way, you know. But I think one of the differentiators between Krown's team and other teams that we see is that Krown's team is really extremely transparent. We've always been honest and open up front with everybody. You know, we've had some hiccups here and there, but we've certainly addressed those to the public, and I think they really appreciate that. And again, that's one of the things too that I wanted to address in this sector.
Yeah, we have a great understanding community of like 600 members on Telegram now, and yeah, we do monthly Krown meets, and Euro's doing your Krown roundtable reports, and you know, they really appreciate that.
And you know, a lot of people ask me too, they say, well, how can I learn more about Krown? I've had a ton of people ask me here, I've had people DM me, and even on phone, I was on a phone call this morning, and there was a gentleman, him and a couple of his team members, and they were like, is it this? They wanted to know the website. So just for you guys out there, the website is krown.network. And so I encourage you all to go there. There's tons of information. It's a beautiful site. It's our new updated site, in fact, and I believe the white paper's on there too, for you guys to read. Now, I will caution you, it is nearly 200 pages, and I apologize for that, but I hope you get a good read out of it. And I do encourage you to join our Telegram group as well, and follow us on social media.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on that group that are willing to help people that you know, don't quite understand things. Everyone's helping each other out if they got questions, so that Telegram group is a really good utility in itself.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for making 10 minutes exactly for us today, gentlemen.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Well, welcome everybody. My name's Peter Biggs. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Krown.network. I'm joined here today with CTO Gareth Slavin. And Gareth, thank you for making some time. I know it's a busy schedule here at the conference.
It's a little busy.
Just a little. We would love for the audience at home, our community, and people who are new to Krown Network, just to get a little more familiar with who's in the team and some of the roles. So if you have an idea of what it's like, the average day for a day in the life of the CTO, we'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Well, it always starts with a cup of coffee, right? Because coffee and maybe whiskey.
How big?
Coffee.
Venti, are we talking?
Yeah, exactly, right? So, because there's a lot to do. So we sort of start off in the morning with a little bit of a meetup with all the team members in the different teams, doing what we call stand-ups. They're usually quite short, 15 minutes or so. Just find out what's blocking people, what people are up to. Very quick sort of fire thing. Then going further on, we go into what we call the sort of firefighting section of the day in the morning. It's usually not a lot, to be honest, but there'll be times when there's a problem and people don't know what's going on and they need help from another resource. And it's bringing all, because a CTO's job is not necessarily to do the work, it's to bring the right people together, help guide them and move them in the right direction and make sure that that problem goes away properly, right? Then from there, it's usually sort of like midday. Our teams cross over between the US and the UK. We're obviously US based, but we have teams in different time zones. And there's sort of like what we'll call a daily sync between the relevant parties and management, etc. Those people come together, we talk through what we've done, what we're doing. Similar to a stand-up, just a bit longer and a bit more strategic at a day-to-day level. And then it's really the things that need to happen after that. Some of it might be things that we did in the morning that need to be redone, or it's just going into strategy stuff for the next year, because our management team is obviously in the US. So then it's talking with yourself and with the CEO, James, and saying, hey, either there's this new opportunity and we need the tech to do it, or something's not going the way it is and why and how, and then helping also to set strategic direction with it. I mean, I'm only a technical dude, so I couldn't tell you how to raise $1 billion or any of that kind of stuff. But what I can do is make sure that that stuff all fits with what we're doing technologically. We're not wasting time, money, resources in the wrong place. And then interpreting that, taking it to a tech team, building out the plans, delivering on those promises, etc., etc.
I heard you say a key word there, which is a bit of a hot topic, which is quantum. And so as I have more and more conversations with the market, everyone's starting to prick their ears up when they hear that word. For a layman, for someone who's entering this world for the first time, how would you say quantum is making Krown different?
Sure. So the first thing is most encryption is based on old standards. Those standards are very secure. They work really well. Your Bitcoin is perfectly safe inside of that encryption, right? But the thing is, we have an evolving technology world, and one of the things that's already out there that's a threat is this whole quantum computing thing that you keep hearing about on CNN, etc. And what that means is, in very simple terms, the way that you encrypt a piece of data has got a bunch of numbers. Those numbers can't be cracked by the current computing power we have. Quantum, on the other hand, can crack that, because quantum has got
every password all at once.
Exactly, and they can do it really fast. Now, quantum doesn't exist in a commercial or even any sort of way.
level.
It's not. It's just they're just experimenting with it. But what we're doing here is we're looking at the future and saying that's definitely going to be it. There's definitely going to, whether it's good actors or bad actors, someone's going to figure it out.
Right.
So we're making our blockchain ready for that. But what it means is today it's as secure as the other ones, but it's also more secure than the other ones because we implement quantum right at the get-go. So you can't use today's current tools to break into anything. Even if you're just doing, like an example would be you're just trying to figure out how we work. Not possible. Because most hackers don't have that technology.
Got it.
They don't have those skills yet. And even if they did, we've got a proprietary system which is very secure. It would be almost impossible for them to break into. Never say never.
Never say never. But being prepared is the watchword.
Is the trick.
Really appreciate that, Gareth. Thank you. If somebody in marketing can understand it now, I hope more of our community
if you understand
can
it,
get
we've
confident
won.
with it.
We've won.
Thanks so much. Cheers, Gareth.
See you later.
Hey guys, it's me again. We're just wrapping up here at the Bitcoin conference. We've met so many amazing people and companies, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. I'll see you in the next Krown meet. I gotta say, what's in your bag?